Somebody's in chat saying, what's a dilator? I'm not telling you what that is, bro. Alrighty, chat, let's go with this, man, because it's really wild. I've been watching Shoe and Head, God, for so long, but I've never done a reaction, I don't think, to this. So let's get this out the way, and then we'll keep it pushing after this.
Years ago, I made a video where I read some terrible pickup attempts by men trying to date women. And I figured, you know what?
That's another one I want to
International
watch.
Women.
It's really wild because I grew up in the ghetto, so usually a lot of girls just told the guy that they liked him in the ghetto, like when I was there. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy because I think nowadays with the internet, they just ain't even got to do that. The internet, Instagram, and everything.
Today, we are looking at the female dating strategy. Ages 18 to 25 have apparently never...
It's really weird because I've approached before, but it's still really weird because it stopped pretty much when I got to like 9th grade. I was mainly approaching in like middle school, 7th, 8th grade. And then as soon as I hit 9th grade and I got into high school, it was a lot of people were more upfront, or, you know, girls would tell me, they'll be all like, oh, hey, you know, so-and-so likes you. And then when I got to like college and stuff, I just wasn't even dating. And it's not because I didn't want to, it was more so I just never cared. You know what I mean? I think we kind of, for the most part, we kind of just ended up as a couple. You know, when you spend so much time with a girl, it kind of just happens with no verbal, it kind of just, but I do ask though, personally, it would happen. And then I would be like, oh, you know, will you be my girlfriend and stuff like that. But when it's this bad, like 45 that's really high. That's really high.
In person, which is honestly like so pathetic. Like, what are you scared of, Zoomers? Too assertive. Many people say that all a woman has to do to get a date is just stand there.
Guys, it's so weird because I think to some degree it's true, but guys also have way more self-control than people give them credit for. Like, I mean, I've denied girls advances, and I've also denied of course actual intercourse and stuff, just because it's like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I've gotten older, but I've definitely denied it a lot. I have friends, I know we've talked about it on stream before with some of my friends, but sometimes as well the juice just isn't worth the squeeze, bro. I don't know where the obsession of, you know, just you got to get it in every 5 seconds comes from, but I do think it's weird, right? Like, I grew up in the ghetto, so I have a immediate filter of what I do and don't like. So whenever I see girls act or do certain things, it's just like a switch in my head where it's just like, nope. And I said this in my anime video. I think people see a hot girl and then their brain goes unga bunga, right? Their brain goes unga bunga, and that filter ends up getting broken because, you know, you're not thinking straight. You're in unga bunga mode. So I think people need to develop better filters in what they want, and they'll probably end up having better success finding a partner. Like, I found my partner, my girlfriend, because, you know, I wasn't even trying. It just kind of happened in of itself, and she also hit on me, which is even crazier. But that's just like part of it, right? I got to see how she was for a little bit, and then my filter was like, okay, she's chill and not crazy, and then, you know, pursued it. So guys, you have a bad yeah, some people got bad filters, man. Some people got bad filters.
Wait a minute. I'm just like, okay, bye. They're like, how dare you reject me, queen of the universe?
Yo, girls in chat, I have a question. Are these the girls y'all be talking about that just ruined it for everyone else?
I'm an extreme advocate for freedom and rights for everyone, but I
Okay.
just don't get that vibe from you, and I want to avoid another potentially toxic, controlling relationship. Like,
What?
I love that you showed me your guitar and played a few songs and showed me your playlist, but the things I noticed is the lack of diversity in it.
Wait,
It was all white men, which you may not think is bad, but speaks volumes to me about you as a...
Bro, you better fucking run. It doesn't seem real. It doesn't. I don't know what's worse, you know, girls that like astrology and stuff, or this. I don't know what's worse. Probably this.
You took advantage of me. You send the pics on your own.
There's-
I ain't asked for them.
I-
Get the fuck out.
Chat,
If a girl
no.
sends you pics, it's kind of expected to return back. No, ma'am.
No.
Whatevs. You a dumbass piece of shit. I'm tired of trying.
Oh,
Find someone
no.
more deserving to get my
Oh,
pics. Who
no,
actually
no, no,
appreciates
no,
me and
no.
doesn't use me for my body. Here's my body. No, thank you.
Okay, another question for the girls. Girls. Do these girls really exist? Like, are these some of y'all's friends? Like, can y'all to me?
Women are systematically and historically oppressed, and we don't have the structural power to objectify men. Men's preferences are oppressive and damaging towards women. You give me off such small peen energy. Bye. Oh my god.
The amount of time,
the
amount of times I've heard, "Oh, you're such a small penis. You're not a real man." I've heard that so many times. It's not even funny. Not to me. I'm saying generally, like, that's usually like the first insult girls tend to go to.
I dread what is about to come next. Okay, well, she doesn't have to know. I heard you and her live in another
This
city.
is another thing too, and actually, I was talking to my girlfriend about this. As soon as I saw this, well, she doesn't have to know. I've spoke with my girlfriend about this quite extensively, and she's like, there are girls that do this shit, and they're part of the reason why a lot of girls don't want to have other girls that are friends, because girls get so petty so quickly and shit like that. And then we kind of got into why there are married couples, and there's like, you know, the girl who's just all about her man. She's like, nope, my husband, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's just because the cattiness between girls that the amount of times I've seen and heard girls since I've started streaming, and again, this is straight only streaming and doing content and doing YouTube. I've seen so many girls be like, I'm sick of streaming with other girls. It's this, and this. It's always something. And it's super crazy because this attitude also comes from those, like, these are the girls that act that way. They're just like, well, you know, oh, you have a girlfriend, but she doesn't have to know. And it's just like, I'm kind of confused. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, dinner was amazing. I just have something to say. Please don't take this the wrong way. What's up? Did you seriously only get me flowers, or is there another surprise or something? Oh,
what?
No. Oh, no. What do you mean? Again, dinner was great, and I'm not complaining. It's just flowers.
So you are complaining. I don't understand this. I never understood this with girls. I mean, I've come to more so accept it rather than understand it, because I don't think there will ever be understanding when it comes to this. Say you're not complaining and then complain right after. Bro.
I shouldn't settle for a man who won't treat me like the queen I am. Just take this as a kick.
Bro, settle and queen is wild.
Hello, I saw your thing on Omegle.
Somebody's in chat saying, what's a dilator? I'm not telling you what that is, bro.
Okay. These types of people just cannot take rejection. They need to have the last word.
It's sad.
They need to insult them. And when it's a woman doing it to a man, it usually has to do with their masculinity. They'll be like, oh, your dick is small. Oh, you look gay. And it gets even weirder when the guy is acting.
Bro, I said this. DM a man a compliment and then tell him you have a boyfriend. When he responds is next level. Whoever taught Zoomers therapy language needs to go to prison. But yeah, that was great. That was great, man. I put the link in there, guys. Here it is again, just in case. Go watch it. Yeah, she's great.